TD Cowen out with a note this morning about retail trends for the new year. Yahoo Finance's Brooke DiPalma is here with the highlights. Hey, Brooke, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Rochelle. Good morning. Certainly, 2023 was a resilient consumer environment where consumers seem to put up with higher prices. But now heading into 2024, and I mean, we're already here, consumers are being a bit more choiceful this year, a bit more discerning about how exactly they're planning to shop and where exactly they plan to shop. And according to that new note from TD Cowen, we expect to see a more value-seeking consumer. We expect to see a consumer that is very into DIY and really looking for ways to save, and ultimately they will trade up selectively. So perhaps on things like perfume, perhaps on little luxuries like lotion, but ultimately dupes, those cheap alternatives, will be the name of the game in 2024. And that might be good news for Costco's Kirkland brand, as well as Walmart's Great Value brand. So we might see an increase in consumers turning to private labels. But in addition to that, consumers will also be picking those timeless, perhaps black blazers over a hit on-trend piece like those snazzy sneakers that we've seen run up in the end of 2023. And another thing to look out for is that Chinese e-commerce boom. Lots of attention on Shein and Temu, and those are certainly gaining more momentum heading into this year with those low-cost on-trend fashion. And as you can see here, another theme of this year is the rise of AI. Now, the adoption of AI in retail as well as consumer product industry is projected to leap from 40% of companies using AI today to more than 80% in 3 years. That's according to a new study from IBM. And AI is really being used across the board, from machine learning to predict and prescribe trends. We're seeing it in labor and automation. And in addition to that, it's really being used throughout the entire process, from shopping online to price optimization and those returns, which we now know e-commerce returns is higher than in-store purchases. And so AI really being used to do all of that.
Indeed, and we know that retailers are also doubling down on ways to get in front of the consumer with higher margin businesses like advertising. So what are you watching there?
Yeah, Rochelle, watch out for Walmart Connect as well as Target's Roundel. Those are two retail media networks where they're ultimately taking their marketplaces and AI to boost their own ad business. And we know that that does bring higher margin returns as well as higher interest among consumers with those personalized ads. And so be on the lookout for that in 2024 as consumers really, retail companies really seek other ways to help boost that bottom line and ultimately ways to attract consumers to their sites.
Certainly a lot vying for customers' attention. Appreciate you breaking that down for us. Our very own Brooke DiPalma.